Superstar. I don't know if I'm buying that on Josh.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to sell it to you.
Oh, well, oh.
Moving on. Like sand through the hourglass, LaVar Ball.
Yeah,
and LaMelo, who he pulled from high school, and LiAngelo, who he pulled from UCLA, and Lonzo, the #2 overall pick, who is scoring under 9 points per game and shooting 31% from the field. However, Lonzo's father had something to say about his son.
He's very disgusted because he's not used to losing like this. Build it around Lonzo, you're going to be successful. In every start of the fourth quarter, you tell me you're not going to start him? And that's why the record is raggedy.
All right, Nick, so what should the Lakers do about Lonzo?
Man, there's a lot of things that... Go ahead, CC.
First things first, before Nick gets to this, typically the best players in the NBA that have played the most minutes when you start the fourth quarter, typically you rest the best players at the start of the fourth quarter. It's not like the start of a game. The reason why, because the last 7 minutes, you want the best players on the court. Sure. So just for his overall basketball IQ, even if he just knew that before the comment, now, Nick, it's your
stage. Thank you. So here's the numbers. In the fourth quarters that Lonzo's played, he's averaging 7.5 minutes in those fourth quarters, which is exactly what Cris is saying. Like, you rest the first few minutes, and then you play the last 7 or 8 minutes. LeBron does this. Kyrie does this with even more rest. Like, the Steph, everyone does this. Now, what I think he's really upset about is there's been 5 fourth quarters that he has not played at all. That was what was the impetus for me saying, let the young man go down to the G League, get some confidence back, play in the crucial minutes of the games. But they're obviously not going to do that. So what can they do moving forward? Man, I would say just continue trying to help him gain confidence, because one of the reasons they're not playing him in the fourth quarter is a guy who was shooting 31% for the year and 25% from three is somehow worse in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, he's shooting 27% from the field and 16% from three. And one thing to keep in mind about the Lakers, ain't no tanking for the Lakers this year. They don't have their draft pick. The Lakers do not have. So if the Lakers have the worst record in the NBA, which they won't, but the third worst record, which they could, they don't get that pick. That pick goes to, it's traded to Philly, and it's been traded again. Like, they are not going to get the benefit of that. So they want to win games. They want to be a destination for LeBron or Paul George or all of the above. And losing games isn't going to help them. Lonzo right now is helping them lose, not helping them win.
There are a number of issues here, obviously. But if you take it down to the minutia, the thing that you explained to me that I didn't know was the shot and how Lonzo shoots the ball and how it's not a recipe for success in the NBA. So I guess what my question to you is, if they don't have the luxury of time this year and not having a draft pick and tanking is not an issue, why not just teach him now? Like, as the season goes on, try to change, because it doesn't look like they're changing anything. It seems like their only option is either you play, you don't play. Those seemingly are the only two options the Lakers have with Lonzo, or seemingly are doing with Lonzo.
This is the biggest problem. Once you get into an NBA season, you don't spend a lot of time at practice as far as running. Now, you spend a few hours there as a team walking through and also going through video, but you're not actually on the court. Now, younger players, they have a player development system typically on most teams, but some are better than others. That means young players are required to put in a certain amount of time on the court in either 2-on-2 situations, 3-on-3 situations, and they have a shot routine that they go through on a regular basis. But it's hard to go to someone and say, hey, you know something? When Randy Moss came to us, I didn't need to change a whole bunch of things in his game, but I had to teach him what the NFL game was. There was 3 things I taught him immediately. You're going to run a stop route. That's 5 yards, and stop. We're going to throw you the ball. You're going to run a slant. You're going to take 3 steps, run a slant, and you're going to run a takeoff, a go, because you're the fastest guy on the field. They haven't taught him any go-to move. They haven't put him in situations that would really highlight his ability. They should play up and down. Try to get him in the lane. Try to get him some layups. I'd be more worried about getting him to the free throw line and keep him from shooting 3-pointers. I would prevent him from shooting any 3-pointers during the game, because I believe that would help him. Because if the guy shoots bad quarter 1, 2, and 3, hey, Dad, there's a good chance he's going to shoot bad, big bad, in the fourth quarter. So there's a reason why his minutes are limited, and they've sat him those times.
We are focusing on things LaVar Ball has said, which I understand. He's a bit of a carnival barker. He has amazing quotes. I get it. I want to focus on someone much more important to Lonzo's future as a Laker has said, and that's Magic Johnson. Okay? Magic Johnson, when they draft Lonzo Ball, quote, the new face of the Lakers, the guy who will lead us back to where we want to get. He was not drafted by the Washington Wizards with no history, the Milwaukee Bucks, who haven't had 40 years of no success, the Minnesota Timberwolves. He was drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers.
And Magic Johnson.
And, right.
This is Magic Johnson's first pick.
So when he says the guy who will lead us back, leading the Lakers back means multiple championships. He then had a more audacious quote. While looking at the Lakers jerseys on the wall, he said, quote, we expect a Ball jersey up there. CC, to get your number retired at Ohio State, what do you have to do?
You have to win the Heisman Trophy.
To get your jersey retired by the Lakers, you have to be in the Hall of Fame.
So are you
they
saying
have
that they're putting too much pressure on him? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying the expectations were so high immediately, not just because of the dad. When you have 7 of the 20 greatest players in the history of basketball played for the Lakers, and when you say Lonzo's name is going to be hanging next to them before he stepped on the court, he's giving you 9, 7, and 7. His percentages are awful, but the expectations were so out of whack.
There's at least 5 players on the Lakers better than him.
Yeah.
There's at least 1 rookie that's better than him. So when you talk about all these things as far as expectations, he has been a huge disappointment, absent of the dad's comment.
And we haven't heard that much from Magic Johnson since.
Oh, what's he going to say?
As far as Lonzo's future. All right, coming up, is everybody overreacting to the Eagles' loss?